Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys this full coverage but still flawless foundation that literally lasts as long as you want it to. Like, it does not move at all until you take it off. So if you want to see how I got this, then keep on watching. So I naturally have extremely dry skin, so I like to start off by prepping my skin with 3 different products. So first I'm going to take my Fresh Rose Deep Hydration Face Cream, and I'm just going to apply that all over my face. I know my eyelashes are kind of like messed up today, so we're just going to pretend those are not there. This one's like kind of falling off on the inner corner, but I don't feel like fixing it right now. After I have moisturized my face, I'm going to go ahead and use my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water as well. And I use 2 different, so first I use my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water, and then I go over my nose and where I have larger pores with my Yves Saint Laurent Touché Éclat. And then while it's still wet, I like to just take a small amount on my finger, and I like to just work that into my nose. And for foundation, I'm going to be taking my all-time favorite, which is my Marc Jacobs Remarcable Coverage, and this is in the shade 10, which is Ivory Light. This is the most full coverage foundation that I have ever used, and surprisingly it does not make my dry skin, it does not make my skin dry throughout the day, which I absolutely love. So I'm just going to shake this, and I'm just going to put this on my face. I like to just put about 3 dots on each part of my face. And then my forehead, I kind of just I don't know, scribble on it. And since this is a very full coverage foundation, I'm going to be using this Farsali Rose Gold Elixir, and it is a 24 karat gold infused beauty oil. So I'm just going to put that on my face as well. Just in the same little sections that we put our foundation in. And then I'm going to be taking my Marc Jacobs The Face 3 brush, and I'm just going to begin to buff that all in. And as you can tell, this foundation is extremely full coverage. I actually love this brush too for applying it. It doesn't leave any brush strokes, which is very good because I've had a lot of experience with brushes applying foundation very streaky. I woke up this morning with some breakouts, so I'm just going to go ahead and conceal using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer in the shade Fair Neutral. Then I'm just going to wet my Real Techniques complexion sponge with my Smashbox water, and then I'm going to buff that concealer in. And I absolutely love this sponge as well. I've honestly, I've never tried the actual beauty blender, the right brand one. It's extremely expensive, so I went to Walmart and I just picked up this one, and it is amazing. Obviously I can't compare it to the real thing, but it does what it's supposed to. So after my foundation and concealer are all blended in, I'm going to be taking my Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder, and this is the shade Translucent Light. Now, I've tried this probably twice now. I really like that it has this little cover so that way it doesn't spill everywhere when you open it like the Laura Mercier does. So I'm just going to put some of this powder in the back of the lid. And I'm just going to take the other side of my sponge, and I'm just going to bake under my eyes, not for too long. I'm just going to leave it while I set the rest of my face. I'm going to use my beauty blender to dab it into my skin as well. And I find with a full coverage foundation like I used, pressing in my powder actually makes my skin kind of like hold the dewy look, if that makes sense. Like, it makes my skin not look dry throughout the day, which is actually like really weird, because if I use like a brush, my skin kind of like gets dry, but with this it like doesn't get dry until after like 14 hours of wearing my foundation, which is insane. And now that I'm done setting the rest of my face, I'm just going to blend that in. So I have a bit of like powder still left in the lid, so I'm just going to put extra on my nose. So this is how my skin looks after the foundation, concealer, and powder. So of course I'm going to go ahead and use my Bourjois chocolate bronzer. Since the foundation is very full coverage, it kind of like takes away any natural coloring I have in my face. So I'm just going to go and use this Body Shop brush. Honestly, the label's worn off. I've used it so much. And I'm just going to go ahead and bronze my face. And I used to, like, for years I used this brush as powder. And then I tried it with bronzer one day and I was just like, shit, like, I should have been doing this a long time ago. My favorite combination lately is from the Kylie's Diary, and it's the two blushes, First Date and Virginity, so these two right here, and I've really been loving mixing them together, and it just creates like a very pretty natural blush. And of course, I could never ever ever forget about highlight. So I'm going to be taking this Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder, and I have the shade Cocoa Bling. And I'm going to use this Body Shop blush brush. So I'm just going to like pick some up, and then I'm going to tap off the extra.
Something to believe, because I'm running wild, I ain't running free. Still got a lot of shit left to see. Stuck in this town, and the town's stuck in me. Always trying to find another reason to leave.
And this is honestly just my favorite highlighter ever. Like, for years I used the or for probably about a year and a half, I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Gleam Glow Kit like every single day. But since I've got this, I either like combine the two or I just use this one, because like it's phenomenal. Like, the glow is 100%, like 10 out of 10 recommend this highlighter. So now, just to make sure all of the powders do not look cakey, I'm going to take my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water one more time, and I'm just going to spray this all over my face so that way the powders kind of settle in and they begin to look more like skin. While that is drying, I'm just going to apply this Anastasia Beverly Hills gloss, and it's in the shade Dusty Lilac. They smell so good too. They smell like vanilla.
Walking the streets, just you and me, trying to fill the void, trying not to bleed. Sometimes life just moves too slow. You gotta find a reason to push it and go. You know we're trying our best to be a success. We're living our life.
And then I'm going to go ahead and use my, if I can find it, the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. I've probably gone through about 3 of these, and this one's almost empty too. So this just helps to keep my foundation full coverage and not going anywhere for as long as I want it to be. And this is the finished look. So this is how I get my skin really full coverage but not looking too powdery or cakey. So if you liked this look and you want to see more, do not forget to subscribe and turn the notifications on as well. That way you'll know whenever I post a video. And I am so lucky that I do have, I believe, 165 subscribers now. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will see you in my next video.